Hey, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for checking out this video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Here we go. We got a ratings number on the Chicago Sky Indiana Fever game this past Sunday. It says that the Fever Sky did 2.302 million viewers on ESPN on Sunday. This was slightly higher, slightly higher than the game the week before, which was on CBS, which was the most watched WNBA game in 23 years, which of course makes this the most watched WNBA game in 3 years. Remember last week they played the Sky, that was here. That was up 225% from the previous comparable game from the year before, Phoenix, New York, that it peaked nearly 3 million. This will probably be about the same. Maybe it'll be a little higher. Maybe people who checked out heard some things or saw it on social media. They came back for the end of the game when the Sky were making their comeback, so maybe it'll peak a little higher. But it is, I mean, you're talking about what, 50,000 people more. It's really not a huge increase. I mean, it's great overall, obviously, but in the context of what they did last week, in the context of the Fever Sky rivalry that everyone's hyping up, and Angel Reese playing and Caitlyn Clark playing, I think it's actually kind of a little disappointing. That's an early number. Maybe it'll be higher, but 50,000 people, I don't know. That makes me a little worried for what the WNBA can do going forward in terms of the continued growth. And then you have two questions is, are the new influx of people coming in, are they enjoying the product of the WNBA enough if they came in as Caitlin Clark fans and they were not WNBA fans, are they going to stick around? Is this going to be sustainable, or are these just the numbers you're going to get with Caitlin Clark? Because for the top games, that is what it has been, right? If we go back to here, now we'd have to add this Sunday's game right above the top of this one. Most watched games this year. You got 9 on this list, so add this one as 10. 8 of the 10 involve Caitlin Clark. Okay. One of the other two on May 18th, which was the Sparks Aces, I cannot remember. That was either before or after the Sun Fever game. Okay, so it had a little bit of help. But basically these huge games are Caitlin Clark games. And this was not a big jump from last week. I mean, it's really basically a wash, 2.25, 2.3. Not much of a difference at all. Now, overall, all these different, Ion, NBA TV, CBS, ESPN, they're all having huge ratings increases compared to last year. Absolutely. I talked in another video about the WNBA and a potential $240 million media rights deal, which would be fantastic for them. One thing I saw both that interesting here, yeah, here we go. WNBA TV ratings for 2024, 1.32 million average. Last year in 2023, it was 462,000. So, basically tripled, which is huge, right? Absolutely huge. That's great. However, I look at that and I look at there's only what, 8 or 9 games that have done a million plus. That seems odd to me. Maybe there just haven't been that many games overall on the networks, but that seems odd to me. Someone check that math, please. But that just hit me that, that list I just showed you. But anyway, let's say this number is accurate. Obviously, that's huge. An increase of almost triple is awesome for them. So I going back, like I said, I don't know what we're going to get going forward in terms of the sustainability. How many of the fans that came in for Clark are going to stick around long term? And then where's the ceiling? What is going to be that top number? Because again, this seems like maybe this could be it, because this really was a wash compared to last week. Now, the Sky winning, that might add fuel to the fire for the next time the Sky Fever play, and you might get more people to tune in than if the Fever had won this game that they should have won. So conspiratorial peeps can let me know about that in the comments below. And the, how do I want to say this? The WNBA for me needs to really focus on the product they're putting out on the court because that's going to be key. All this other stuff, all the drama, hyping up Sky Fever rivalry or Angel Reese, Caitlyn Clark, that's going to get you temporary stuff. That's not going to be sustainable for the league. In order to be sustainable for the league, you need to put a better product out on the floor. And that's where the focus needs to be. Because what people aren't understanding is Caitlyn Clark's style, the way she plays the game, that's what brought in fans. It's different. It's fun to watch. It's exciting to watch. It's not what they've seen in the women's game, right? She just plays differently. I've shown in multiple videos passing in this net, but I'm just going to end this with a quick example. Just give you something to enjoy and also for people to understand as to what is bringing in fans because there's no one in the women's game that does this. There's no one in the women's game that does this. I think she has this year a further average shooting distance on her threes than Steph Curry. You can see how fluid it is, how easy it looks. I mean, she does put her whole body into it, but it's a quick release. It's a good looking jump shot. The the distance is not a problem for her. She gets in the air pretty good off that jump too. It's just a quick release and it's different. You have no one else doing this. And I know I'll probably get some people to complain as if I'm hating or insulting, but you look at the way a lot of women shoot from distance because there's a different strength issue. They don't have as much with the legs. They usually shoot from, say, above the shoulder to the side of the head, or they're bringing it from lower. And it looks like a young kid who doesn't really have the strength to get the ball to the rim. Whereas Caitlyn Clark, this is just catch, release. There's a flick of the wrist. It's smooth. It's fun and exciting to watch. But I'm going to leave it there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How high can the ratings go? Are the average ratings sustainable? Because that will make a difference. Although, to that point, the last thing I wanted to say was the WNBA may lose like $50 million this year. And a huge part of that, even with the growth, but now to be fair, a huge part of that is because they caved on the whole charter flights, which I saw a couple of sources said that's going to run the league about $25 million. So there's, half the loss right there. So they need to keep these ratings, and it sounds like they need to grow them. And then on top of that, you're going to get the players. They're going to see the growth. They're not worried about, they're not thinking about profits and sustainability because the NBA is keeping them going. They're just going to see the top revenue number and be like, well, we want more than that. And that's going to create a whole nother issue because, by the way, you say the players aren't getting paid enough. Well, guess what? If you cut their salaries in half, the WNBA would be profitable based on that figure that they say they lose 10 million a year. Cut the player salaries in half, and the WNBA will be profitable. So hey, you can comment on that too below. Let me know. But so there you go. There's the early ratings for the Chicago Sky Indiana Fever game. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying the videos, and I will talk to you later.